Every morning, millions of Americans perform the same ritual. They open a plastic bottle, shake out a handful of colorful pills, and swallow them down with a glass of water. They do this because they want to be healthier, they want to be stronger, they want to live forever. It is a $50 billion industry in the United States alone. It's bigger than the music industry, bigger than the movie industry. We are told that these little capsules are the secret to unlocking our potential. But if you ask a scientist what most of these pills actually do, you get a very different answer. They call it expensive urine. The truth is, the American supplement industry is one of the greatest marketing magic tricks in history. It is a business built on a foundation of loopholes, aggressive lobbying, and straight-up lies. It is an industry that, like almost anything else you put in your body, operates largely outside the law. In the next 30 minutes, we are going to expose the Vitamin Mafia. We'll show you how they bought the right to lie to you, how they hide sawdust in your premium blends, and why the most health-conscious country in the world is actually just flushing its money down the drain. This is the story of the vitamin scam. To understand how we got scammed, we have to go back to 1993. The FDA, the people who make sure your Tylenol doesn't kill you, was preparing to crack down on the supplement industry. They wanted to regulate vitamins just like they regulate drugs. If you claimed your pill cured something, you had to prove it. Reasonable, right? But the industry panicked. They knew that if they had to actually prove their products worked, they'd go bankrupt. So, they didn't hire scientists. They hired lobbyists. Enter the vitamin cartel, led by powerful figures, largely from Utah, where the supplement industry is a massive part of the economy. They launched a war on the FDA. They ran ads claiming the government was coming to take your grandma's vitamin C away. And it worked. In 1994, President Clinton signed the DSHEA Act. This is the holy grail for scammers. Here is how the law works in America today. If Pfizer wants to sell a new drug, they must spend 10 years and millions of dollars proving it is safe and effective before they can sell it. But if a supplement company wants to sell brain-boosting gorilla dust, they don't have to prove anything. They don't have to test it. They don't even have to tell the FDA they exist until after the product is on the shelf. Under U.S. law, supplements are innocent until proven guilty. The FDA can only ban a supplement after it has already hurt people. The burden of proof isn't on the company to show it works. It's on the government to prove it kills you. It was the perfect crime, and it was completely legal. So, now that they don't have to prove the product works, how do they maximize profit? By selling you cheap dust and telling you it's gold. Look at your bottle. Do you see the words proprietary blend or matrix? That is legal code for, we aren't going to tell you what's in here. Imagine I sold you a luxury gold blend. It weighs 1 pound. I tell you it contains gold and sand. Technically, that's true, but what I don't tell you is that it is 99.9% sand and 1 flake of gold. This is called fairy dusting. Let's say there's a study showing that creatine helps muscle growth, but you need 5 grams for it to work. Creatine is expensive. Caffeine is cheap. So, the company makes a muscle matrix. They put in 300 milligrams of caffeine, which gives you a buzz so you feel something is happening. And then they sprinkle in 0.01 grams of creatine, just enough to legally write contains creatine on the front of the bottle. You aren't paying for the ingredients. You are paying for the plastic bottle, the holographic label, and the Instagram influencer holding it. You are buying a placebo effect with the caffeine addiction attached to it. But surely, the basics work, right? Vitamin C, multivitamins. This brings us to the godfather of the vitamin myth, Linus Pauling. Pauling was a genius. He won 2 Nobel Prizes. But later in life, he became obsessed with the idea that megadoses of vitamin C could cure everything from the common cold to cancer. Because he was famous, the world listened. Here is the awkward truth. He was wrong. Decades of studies have shown that for the average person, megadosing vitamin C does absolutely nothing to prevent a cold. Your body can only absorb a tiny amount. The rest, you simply pee it out. But the industry didn't care about the science. They cared about the fear. They created a concept called nutritional insurance. The idea is, hey, your diet is bad. Just take this pill to fill the gaps. It sounds logical. But studies on hundreds of thousands of people have found that taking a daily multivitamin has almost zero effect on preventing heart disease, cancer, or cognitive decline. In fact, the health halo effect makes things worse. People take a vitamin in the morning, think they are healthy, and then eat processed garbage for the rest of the day, thinking the pill cancels out the pizza. It doesn't. If it was just a waste of money, that would be one thing. But the natural label can be a death trap. Remember, Because of the 1994 loophole, nobody checks these pills for purity before they hit the shelves. Take green tea extract. It's sold as a fat burner. It's natural, right? Concentrated green tea supplements have been linked to dozens of cases of acute liver failure. We are talking about healthy people needing liver transplants because they took a natural pill they bought at the mall. And then there is spiking. Independent labs frequently find that male enhancement pills found in gas stations actually contain Viagra, often at dangerous, unmeasured doses. They find brain boosters that contain amphetamines. When these companies get caught, they just declare bankruptcy, change the label, and open a new company under a different name the next day. It's a game of whack-a-mole that the FDA is designed to lose. So, where does this leave us? The supplement industry relies on a lie that is uniquely American, the idea that health can be bought in a bottle, that we can cheat biology with a credit card. The boring reality is that biology is complex. Vitamins in food are bound to fibers and fats that help your body absorb them. Vitamins in pills are isolated synthetics that your body often doesn't know what to do with. Unless you have a specific deficiency diagnosed by a doctor, you don't need a proprietary blend. You need an apple. You need sleep. You need sunlight. But no corporation can patent an apple. No lobbyist can get rich selling you sleep. The Vitamin Mafia has built a billion-dollar empire on our fear of death and our desire for a shortcut. But the only thing getting thinner is your wallet. Don't buy the hype and stop paying for expensive urine.